Oh, why did it have to be Blackwood? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of Devil's Den Hockey. And tonight was definitely a stinger. New Jersey loses 1-0, gets shut out by the San Jose Sharks, or as I call them, the New Jersey Devils 2.0. So, Devils lose 1-0, get shut out by the San Jose Sharks, and tonight's game was, in my opinion, freaking brutal, okay? It wasn't like there wasn't enough offense. Mackenzie Blackwood started in net tonight, and New Jersey Devils peppered him with shots all game. He ended up with a 40 save shutout. Sorry, 44 44. I have to make it worse for ourselves. A 44 save shutout from Mackenzie Blackwood in what many people are calling Mackenzie Blackwood's best game in the NHL by none. And you know what? They're not even wrong. So before we even get into the charade of criticisms that I have for the Devils tonight, I'm just going to give it up for Mackenzie Blackwood, who played an absolutely phenomenal game tonight, bar none, played great. And you know what? The Sharks around him played friggin' great themselves, okay? They really did. Their shutdown defense, not allowing any entries by New Jersey into their own defensive end, was one of, if not the biggest impact as to why New Jersey lost tonight. They didn't let New Jersey come in with speed. They didn't let them get their legs going until they shut everything down, shut the door. And it worked for them. They won. They won the game, right? 1-0. That's 2 points for San Jose. And Mackenzie Blackwood gets to have a moment where he goes, "Do you regret trading me now?" Which, you know what, we don't. But you know what? And you know what? It's not even to say that, like, our goaltender wasn't bad either. Jake Allen, I think, played a pretty good game. In fact, not a single San Jose Shark scored on him tonight. No one did. No San Jose Shark scored on Jake Allen tonight. So it's funny because he also kind of had a shutout. The only goal that was scored wasn't by a San Jose Sharks player. It was a shot from San Jose, which was saved by Allen, rebounded back out, and Timo Meier hits the puck with his skate and knocks it into his own net. So as far as I'm concerned, it was a 0-0 game that we gave to the Sharks. Because now I'm going to kind of come down on New Jersey. New Jersey did not play well tonight. They did not. And this is one of those games where there is no excuses. There should be no excuse for why you don't win tonight's game. Okay? You are playing the San Jose Sharks. One of the worst teams in the NHL. With one of the worst records. Now, they're not a Metropolitan rival. They're not an Eastern Conference rival. But I have said this before in previous videos, and I'm going to continue saying it now. This is not a team that you can afford to drop 2 points on. Okay? You cannot afford to drop 2 points against the San Jose Sharks. These are teams that you have to beat 95 to 100% of the time. You just have to. There's no excuses. When there are 2 points available to the Devils in a metropolitan race that is always, for the last 5 or 6 years, has been incredibly tight, these are the points you need to pick up. It's against teams like San Jose, like Anaheim, like Columbus, like Montreal, which they did. You have to pick up these points when you can because, again, I'll cite last year, New Jersey was only 10 to 15 points out of a playoff spot. And I understand that sounds like a lot, but we lost 7 or 8 games last year to these kinds of teams, to the Columbuses, to the San Jose's, to the Anaheims, to the teams that are so easily within our grasp to win, but we don't show up for them. And I don't know if tonight was because it was a back-to-back or what was going on, but the lack of effort, lack of oomph, lack of any semblance of desperation, I didn't see it. Now again, you're going to see Mackenzie Blackwood, 44 save shutout, so you're thinking, oh, he must have generated a lot of offense. And there were a lot of shots, don't get me wrong. And we had a couple of good chances, and there were a couple of good moments. But overall, I'm sorry, I didn't see the New Jersey Devils tonight. I saw guys that looked like they were tired, they were being outworked and out-hustled. And that is not, there's no excuse for not taking out teams like San Jose, right? And I'm not saying they have to, like, bury these guys 5, 6, 7, nothing, right? But, like, there's no excuse for San Jose to come away with 2 points here. There's just none. We are by far the better team. We have the better goaltending. We have the better defense. And we have the better offense. And it's so funny, like, every single time New Jersey gets a shot off on net, they turn to Mackenzie Blackwood, who makes the save, over to Tyler Toffoli, over to Fabian Zetterlund. The only person they were missing in that camera as they moved to zoom in on different players on San Jose was Vitek Vanacek on the bench, okay? It's so funny to me because I'm so glad that guys like Toffoli, guys like Zetterlund, guys like Blackwood, guys like Vanacek are getting chances on teams that are really, really, really not that good, but it's letting them kind of shine in their own way instead of being put on teams that are really good and then just getting killed night after night after night, okay? And I'm happy that they're getting these opportunities to shine, but, like, the Devils have to put in more of an effort against these kind of teams, okay? You want to have, like, an off night against the Rangers? Fine. It actually doesn't even necessarily bother me all that much. You want to have an off night against I don't know, like the Vegas Golden Knights or something like that, like really top tier teams. Fine, I can live with losses to those kinds of teams. What I can't live with the fact that our New Jersey Devils, with all of the talent and all of the ability that we have, to take not even a point out from under guys, again, like Columbus, like San Jose, like Montreal. Like, when they do win against Montreal, and I get it's a back-to-back, but it's not as if it's a back-to-back where it's like Vegas one night and then like Dallas the next, or in the East. It's like Rangers one night and then Tampa the next, right? These are games against bottom-tier teams that, granted, have potential, but there's no way, like, the fact that we only came, like, there was a potential for 4 points. The fact that we didn't come out with 3 or more points is disappointing. They're not a disappointment, but it is disappointing that a team as good as the Devils can't get at least 3 or 4 points out of a back-to-back against teams as bad as Montreal and San Jose. Bothers me. And again, to be clear, I'm not saying hit the panic button. I'm not saying have a freak out. I'm not having a whatever. It just sucks that, like, we can't get it together for these kinds of teams, and it's going to be when we go to the playoffs, and there's no doubt in my mind that New Jersey's making the playoffs. There's no doubt. They absolutely are going to make the playoffs this year. I have no doubt in my mind. But if it ends up being like a close race for a divisional title, or a close race to be like 4th or 5th or whatever it is, it's gonna be games like this that we're gonna go back and go, damn, like, we were only 2 points out of the Metro title for the year. And, like, you've got losses to teams like San Jose where you didn't even get a point. I don't know. It irks me that that's the case. Anyways, I'm gonna move on from that topic, because there's one more topic that we need to have a conversation about. Eric Holla. So, I am pretty pissed off with Eric Holla right now. I am. And here's why. He didn't have the worst game in the world, but Eric Holla, I believe it was in the second period, closer to the end of the second period. Eric Holla, no, it was almost right at the end of the second period. Eric Holla headshot someone. And if any one of you have been watching my videos for longer than a year, or even the last couple of months, you will know that I cannot stand headshots. It is arguably the most disgusting play in the entirety of the NHL. You could whack a guy with your stick in the balls, and I would have less of a problem with it. Not that it's not bad, it is, but I would have less of a problem with it than players who intentionally aim for the head and take guys' heads out, okay? I don't care that the San Jose Shark player had his head down. I don't care that he got up right afterward and was able to keep playing. I don't care about this. The San Jose Shark player has his head down. He's against the boards, and he's fighting for the puck. And Eric Holla sees him from a mile away, skates up, glides, and shoulders him directly in the skull. Okay? He aims for the head. He intentionally goes for the head. And what does he get in response? A 2-minute minor. Eric Holla should have had his ass thrown out of the game and given a game misconduct. Okay, he was given the penalty. For anyone who's wondering, he wasn't charged for charging. He wasn't charged for interference. He wasn't charged for boarding. He wasn't charged for roughing. His penalty was an illegal check to the head. Eric Holla deserves a suspension for what he did against a San Jose player. And miss me with this, the guy was fine, he had his head down. Like, miss me with this shit, okay? I genuinely don't care. And it is despicable that the league is going to give players 2-minute minors for illegal checks to the head. Also, the inconsistency of these calls, let alone that Eric Holla did it this time, and it was one of our guys, because I'm not going to be one of these online sports commentators where I see someone do it to our guys and I flip out, but then when it's one of our guys, I stay silent. No. Eric Holla should have been gone, should have been given a game misconduct, and I hope, it's not going to, but I know it's not going, I know it's not going to get reviewed, but I hope it does get reviewed by NHL player safety, and I think he deserves at least a game or two suspension. If not 3 or 4 games. The headshots have to stop. And I've said it before in previous videos, and I'm sure that some of you guys are going to get tired of me talking about this, but, like, the headshots have to stop. And it's not like it was a check where, like, he goes through the chest and he does make contact with the head. Like, it is a direct shot to the head. And the fact that there wasn't more outrage when it happened was crazy to me. It's insane that, like, you can do an illegal check to the head and we just shrug it off and move on. The fact that it's only a 2-minute penalty is crazy to me. Like, we're sitting here going, we'll risk the brain damage, we'll coin flip it, but, like, it's only 2 minutes? And I went online and I took a look at the actual ruling. I think it's like, I can't remember what article. It's article something, section 8, I think it is. And it's like, I looked over the illegal check to the head, and they're like, yeah, it's only 2 minutes. No, I can't get over that. And again, like, I do think Holla should get a suspension for the check to the head. And you know what? If he does it again, he should be gone from the league. He should be tossed. Because if we're going to have the same issue when Trouba goes for the head, if we're going to have the same issue when Rempe goes for the head, if we're going to have the same issue when guys like, and I know I'm mispronouncing his name, so forgive me, Jekaj on Montreal, when he goes for the head, or we're going to have an issue when the guy on LA Kings, he just got a 3-game suspension for an illegal check to the head of Brock Besser. He got a 3-game suspension for that, okay? We have to, like, the league has to come down harder. And again, I know I keep saying this. I know I say it every single time there's a headshot, and I know nothing's going to change because the league just doesn't give a shit about headshots. By the way, if you haven't seen that video, go on our Devil's Den channel and check out the league doesn't care about headshots video. It's our most popular video by none. It's just me screaming for like 15 minutes. But no, like, we can't have a double standard. If one of our guys gets his head taken off and there's no suspension and we scream bloody murder, we have to scream bloody murder when one of our guys does it and the other team, like, and there's no repercussions. We have to, like, the vigilance has to be more for headshots, and Eric Holla only getting a 2-minute penalty was, it was atrocious. I was sitting at my monitor watching the game, and I'm screaming, going, "What do you mean it's only 2 minutes?" Yeah. End of the day, nothing's gonna happen. I am glad he got a penalty at the bare minimum. But, like, I don't know. It's crazy town that we don't have stronger consequences for headshots in the NHL. Yeah, I think that's it for me. For tonight, guys. We have a game on Tuesday night against the Florida Panthers. There will be a Devil's Den video for that game directly after the game. I am going to bring back the live streams. I would like to do one Tuesday night. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to have all of my, because I've been having a ton of tech issues for the live streams. If I am going to do one, I'll let you guys know probably the day before or the day of. Just, swing by the channel, you'll see it in the community tab, in the community section there. But yeah, that's going to be it for me, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Adios.